Holy cow, YouTubers, it's Boss Magnus here with another Magic the Gathering Arena video for your viewing or listening pleasure. We're achievement hunting, and we are going after putting 2 or more lands into play in a single turn 100 times over any number of games. As you can see, we made progress, 94 out of 100. One of the things I said in a previous video, and I think it bears saying here if you're actually watching these, is I've made a fair bit of progress on these achievements. 7 out of 7 for here, 10 out of 17, 18 out of 24, 12 out of 15. And some of these achievements, well, quite frankly, they're just going to come with the grind. These advanced achievements, I'm not a great drafter, so going undefeated, drafting 5 or more copies of carded draft, and mythic is going to be a grind. And it probably won't happen when I'm recording, when I'm paying attention, so it might not be here. I don't know what value I could provide to put together a video for those specifically. The one thing I would say is that for this rule of 5, do it in a quick draft if you want to do this. Because I think if you look for some crappy common, you can draft 5 of them. Or when a new set premieres, you can probably draft 5 of the same card the first week, because a lot of people don't know what good cards are, or you can just pick one and just run with it, and I'm sure you can get 5 or more copies in a draft. With regards to the arena formats, I'm mostly a standard player, so getting the standard games is going to be not a problem for me, but I don't play Alchemy Explorer, Historic, or Timeless. Very little Brawl. Therefore, they're going to take a lot of time. Now, I'm trying to actually get some of these done while I'm doing the achievements, just to kind of make this a little easier on me, because I'm not playing the Ranked. I don't care if I win or lose, because I'm trying to go for the achievement, so losing is not a big deal. And of course, the Vanquish the Week, the midweek Magic events, can't even complete this for a year. So these are going to take time. The arena milestones, play 1,000, 5,000 games, mythic, opening packs, wild cards. I don't think there's anything that I can provide that, a deck tech, a video that's going to help you get to those. Now, in a lot of these, there are achievements here, let me find one, that are a 1 of 1 if I've completed them, or 0 out of 1. So basically what that means is in one game, reach a life total of 50 or greater. And these are the ones that I've already made videos on. And if I've missed one, let me know. I have an alt account, which I can also do things on, but I don't have the cards on that I have for this. So if there is a one that I did that I missed, throw it in the comments, let me know. But because I've done most of these, now I'm going to be working on other achievements like this. Knowledge and Mystery. Cast 250 Merfolk or Sphinx spells over any number of games. And you can see 96 out of 250. So I've actually put together a Alchemy Merfolk deck here. I'll just show it off. And this is the deck I'm grinding with. And what I'll do is I'll grind it, and then when I get close, I'll make a video and I'll talk through it. So this is just a glance at what that one looks like. And I'm going to be doing that for the rest of these achievements. Pay 200 life has a cost over any number of games. When I start grinding this as one of the achievements I'm working on, I'll come up with a deck, and then I'll record the last 10 or 20 or whatever the right number is. Same with Dies to Doomblade, same with Death and Power. A lot of these, I think, they're just going to come naturally. Destroying 250 creatures you don't control over any number of games. If you're playing Magic and you're interacting with your opponent, you're probably going to have some spells, whether it's red, direct damage, black that actually says destroy target creature, white has destroy target creature, green has bite spells. I believe that would count for, no, that probably doesn't count for destroying creature. So there are ways to just do that through the natural course of the game. So I don't know, again, if I'm going to provide a lot of value in that. I've got a Goblin deck that I put together that I'm driving through Timeless just to grind out Timeless games. But this video is Land Ho. Put 2 or more lands into play in a single game. Now, initially, I started this as a combination between Land Ho and the Grow in Strength achievement. Cast 250 Elf or Hydra spells. And the deck that I put together to do that is actually this. Hydra's Landfall. So the idea was, we've got Mossborn Hydra. It has landfall. Whenever you put a land on it, it doubles the counters. I figured, let's play some more Hydras. We've got Gold Vein Hydra. That's green and X to cast. That only gets bigger the more I've got. There aren't a whole lot of other Hydras. I looked for some other landfall payoffs. Tatyova, Raging Baloths. And then I looked for cards like Invasion of Zendikar, Map the Frontier, Territorial Scythe Cat. Oh, sorry, that's not one. These two, primarily, I would say, to be able to put more than one land into play. So it was a combination of landfalling and Hydras. I quickly realized that I might actually be better off if, instead of trying to do both at the same time, I did this as an elf deck, because Elf Ball is a thing in various formats, so you can play an all elf deck, and because a lot of elves are cheap to cast, you're going to cast a lot of elves very quickly. And then another deck to focus on playing lands. So I came up with 2 additional decks. And by the way, I will put the deck lists for all 3 of these decks in there. And the first one I called Land Ho 2 at a time. And by the way, this is Land Ho, not Land Ho. So just to clarify. So this was playing cards like Springbloom Druid. Why? Because it's 3 casting costs, so I can play Elves on turn 1 and Springbloom Druid on 2. I sack one of my lands and I bring 2 basic lands into play. So I'm putting 2 lands into play with this. Then on turn 4, I've got Circuitous Route, or Invasion of Zendikar, or Map the Frontier. So if I'm playing these cards, yes, this is Explorer. I'm trying not to play any kind of standard for these achievements, just so I can knock out some of those games as well. Glistening Dawn turns out to be a great spell for this. It is a rare, but you incubate X twice, where you create these incubation tokens, where X is the number of lands you control. That's a great way to use all that mana. Rampaging Baloths, I only had 1, but you get enough mana to cast it pretty quickly, and when land drops, you're creating tokens. Lumra, there aren't a lot of lands that get into the bin to allow you to bring back, except for Lumra's Mill. However, it's Vigilance and Reach, and it's going to be super, super fat. Bristly Bill, every time a land drops, you can get a +1 counter, plus eventually you'll have enough mana that you can double the number of 1/1 counters pretty quickly. We've got Mana Dorks to get things going here. The 4 mana spells that are dropping 2 lands at a time, they thin your deck out pretty fast. It is pretty noticeable. So if you actually want to try and win, you want to have some kind of beef in here. So I've got Nissa as well. The Fountain Ports in here, you can't find them with the Force. It's a drawback. However, it does allow me to pay a life, create a token, or create a treasure token, and then sacrifice a token to draw a card, because this deck struggles with the card draw. So this is called Land Ho 2 at a time. The other concept that I had, and I will try to play both of these, is called Land Ho Additional Land. I believe that's all it was, additional land. Let's check it. Yep, Land Ho Additional Land. And the way that this one works is it utilizes cards like Loot, that says you may play an additional land on each of your turns. Case of the Locked Hothouse, you may play an additional land on each of your turns. And Hugs, Gristly Guardian, you may play an additional land on each of your turns. And then trying to get as many lands in your hand as possible with Explore, 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 Explore. I brought back Glistening Dawn because I found that when I had a lot of mana, this was pretty effective to do something. I threw in 4 Burst Lightnings because if for 1 red, I have something to take another opponent's creature out. But often I'm going to have the mana to do 4, which I can either do to a creature or to dome the person. Once the elves and the Cenote scouts have done their job of finding lands, they're just chump blockers. Quite frankly, everybody turns into a chump blocker. How does this win? Well, honestly, it doesn't win a lot. But then again, the point of these achievements, at least the way that I'm going through to try and earn them, is not necessarily about winning, but it's about getting the achievement. Plus, for me, it's about having some fun. So, without further ado, let's get into the games here. These are Explorer matches, and we've got Land Ho being tracked. We've got to do 6 more, and I will start here with Explorer. Wait, is that one standard? Did I really do that one as standard? Yeah, that is standard. Okay. Well, shoot. Well, I will play that one just because I felt like that was more fun. That was a little bit more interesting to play. So I'll show you this one, and if I get some lands into play and I don't hit the achievement, I'll show you the other one as well. So we've got hugs. We've got some exploring, but we've only got 2 lands. We don't have a mana dork. They go first, so I'm actually going to mulligan. Okay, we got 2 lands and we've got an elf. That looks a lot better. So let's keep this. We don't need hugs and Case of the Locked Hothouse, so I'm gonna keep hugs because it's a body, and we'll put the case back away. Well, crud. Looks like we're playing against a life gain deck of some sort. Okay, is it just mono white, or is it Orzhov? Is it black white? Oh, better yet, it's a Heir Apparent deck. So prepare to be swarmed. Okay. I believe I want to Burst Lightning. Did I? Yeah, I hit the wrong button there. My bad. I want to Burst Lightning the Heir Apparent just so that we don't let things get out of hand. I won't attack. Yep, not blocking. Okay, so I need to get to 4 mana. This is with 2 or fewer, so that is good. And now I'm going to play Hugs, because I've already played 1 land. I don't have any additional mana to do, so I will say confirm 0. I'm guessing they're playing little to no removal. And there is my 2nd land. So that's 1 trigger. We should be at 95 out of 100 now. And here come the rabbits. 1 by 1 and 2 by 2. Okay, so I'm not going to play my land because I want to make sure I can explore into a land. And I will go ahead and play the Pathfinding Axejaw. I'm going to keep the Spelunker. And I'm going to... Let's see, do you think they're going to want to block? Because I don't want to lose it. I don't think they're going to want to block. But I'm going to attack with Hugs. I think they're playing life gain, so they're just going to take it. No! No! That was terrible. Okay, that was a bad strategic choice on my part. Or maybe for you as the viewer, it's a good strategic move, because then I won't be able to play a lot of lands and close out this achievement right away. More life gain, more Heir Apparent. Okay, so I'm not going to play a land because I want to hold it to be able to play 2 at a time. But we have 3, 4, 5 mana, so I will Jade Light for 4. Pay 4, auto pay. There's 1, 2, and we want the case. So we will keep the case on top. And we will not play any lands because we want to be able to play 2 at a time. So we'll go ahead and swing with the Axejaw. They're not threatening. We need to be able to put some pressure on them. And we will end the turn. They're probably wondering, why on earth is this fool sitting with lands in their hand? But they don't care because they're gaining life, and they're filling the board with rabbits. I wonder if they're playing the raise the dead, raise the past with this, or if they're maybe playing the dewdrop. Okay, so now we've got 2 more lands that we can play. We'll go ahead and give them ones that they've seen. And now we've got 3 mana, so we'll go ahead and explore. If we draw into another land, nope, we burst lightning. Now, normally you might want to keep that because you want to take them out, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to draw lands. So, we'll attack to put pressure on. Now, one thing to think about is that this one, once you have 7 or more lands, you actually could start playing 2 lands off the top of your library, which is very helpful. Gazoo the Green keeps sacrificing their rabbits. I'm very surprised at that. Okay, I have 2 lands. I will play 2 lands. And now this will be triggered, so great. I'm going to go ahead and attack. Continue to put the pressure on them. They keep sacrificing their heir apparents. Not sure I understand the logic behind that one. So I have not been keeping track of how many lands 2 at a time I've put into play. Okay, so we've got Cenote Scout on top. It's a creature we can cast. We can cast lands, creatures, and enchantments. So we'll go ahead and do that because it can explore us into a land. It did not. We don't need 2 of these, so we can dump that into the bin. We get to look at a new card. A loot. You know what? We'll go ahead and play loot. We've got a land. We'll play that, hoping for a second land here. Nope. But we've got hugs. We'll go ahead and play hugs for 0. And we will go ahead and swing with the Jadelight Spelunker. I'd say we have a very threatening board state right now for Gazoo the Green. Unless they're going to just Wrath and then raise the past, in which case it's going to be game over. Yeah, yep. So there's the Wrath. I'm old, so I don't call that Day of Judgment, I call it Wrath of God. And is that raise the past? Gazoo, do you have raise the past in there? I bet you do. Well, fuck me. Okay. Let's go ahead and play loot. And we got a double land trigger. Let's play the Cenote Scout. We don't want the elves. Don't need mana. Let's go ahead and play the Jadelight Spelunker. Now, I want to play this first to make sure I've got the mana for it. And then I'm going to play that for 2. Okay, great. So we've got 2 lands in our hand. There's another land on the board. Okay. I'm pretty sure that we've gotten the achievement at this point. But if I do get it, I'm still going to go ahead and, for fun, show you the other one. Oh, Gazoo. I thought you had it, man. Doesn't look like it's in the deck, huh? Well, let's play our 2 lands. Let's glisten again. Let's activate. Let's activate. And they quit. So, I think that might be it, folks. We'll click the victory. Oh, no. It wasn't. Was that one shy? One shy! Oh my goodness, 99 out of 100. Okay, well, I said I'd do it, so we are going to... I think the other deck was Explorer. So we'll go here, we'll change the deck. My deck's Explorer. Land ho, 2 at a time. Okay. Let's see if we can trigger this one for 1. The blue-green starter deck, I think it's called the starter deck, the one of the ones you can play as much as you want, and pairs you up against the red-blue spells deck, the black-red outlaws deck. That green-blue deck is pretty good at getting multiple lands into play like this. It does a lot of the same thing. It does the exploring. It's got the beanstalk worm or whatever that you can put 2 lands in at a time. It's got some landfall triggers. It's got Bonnie Paul. So that's actually a pretty good deck for getting this achievement too if you wanted to try that. Okay, we've got elves. We've got Zendikar. Let's do this. We should definitely hit our 1 casting of this. Now what would be really great is if I drew the Hydra and I could show you the cool thing that the Hydra does. I did not draw the Hydra. So we elf away. And we are playing against the Savai Triome? Tournament Grounds. Oh, a Knights deck. Interesting. I like it. Okay. We will play Invasion of Zendikar. And we will complete the achievement. Yay! And there was much rejoicing. And we will not attack our elf into the inspiring veteran, who will slay him quickly. Knight of Ebon Legion. This creature gets +3/+3. Okay. Okay. Hold your horses. I'm not blocking. I got nothing going on over here. Okay, we'll play the Fountain Port, and we will map the frontier and get even more lands. And then we will Glistening Dawn and create 2 8/8s. So at least we've got something over here before we get crushed by a wall of knights. The knights will take us into that good night. Yeah, I got nothing. I got half of my life left. Okay, so we will play Bristly's Bill. And we will activate. And we will activate. And we have 4 mana, so we will Circuitous Route. And we will bring 2 more lands in. And guess what, Bill? You're getting beat here. So I am going to attack the invasion and see if you want to chump with the Venerable Knight. Yep, that's okay. I've still got 2 blockers in place. Yep. Oh, hello, Nissa. Aren't you a nice, pointy, ouchy, spiky lady? Well, that wasn't very nice of you. Am I gonna just die now? That's 10 on the board. Looks like it. Oh no, that's sick. Okay, okay, okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9. I've got 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. This is 7, and that's 4. So then I couldn't attack with the elves though. So yeah, they're out of mana. Let's just Nissa. And we will give everybody trample. And we'll just attack and we'll say math is for blockers, Revan. And minus 39 takes us over the end for the achievement. Victory. But more importantly, achievement completed, land ho. Well, there you go. Another achievement unlocked and completed. A disdainful stroke claimed. Here's the achievement. We'll claim it. Takes us one step closer to the Vivian avatar. There we go. And that's it for this video. Thanks a lot for watching. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. Well, don't tell your neighbors because they'll probably go, "What's magic?" I don't even know what magic is. You sweaty nerds, or whatever. Is that it? Magic? Is that like Dungeons and Dragons? Is that what that is? Is that a video game? No. Just don't worry about it, old man. Tell your friends that play Magic if they want to get achievements. Look at my webpage. Not my webpage. See, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about now. Come to my YouTube and subscribe. Check out the videos. And if there's other content that you'd like to see, let me know. I've just started doing this YouTube thing. I think it's a lot of fun to make videos, to kind of sit here and talk to myself and see what people say about it. So I appreciate the feedback. Thanks a lot. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.